normal people, I've been playing Wuchang for the past, I would say 3 days now. The game came out the 23rd. So I've been playing this game ever since it came out, ever since it dropped. I haven't been paying attention to the controversy. I haven't been paying attention to anything when it comes to this game at all. So I went in this game completely blind, like a Souls nerd, and just automatically fell in love with the game because, number one, sexy female protagonist, you always got to, come on now. And then the gameplay itself, for me being a Souls person, the gameplay feels good. Hold up. Nice. Now, mind you, I am running a 4090. I'm doing this for the performance people who said that this game has performance issues. So you guys will know off the bat that I have a very powerful PC. So take this with a grain of salt. I'm on here to tell people, the normies, right? Because when normal people look at this game and they say, oh my God, Wuchang Fallen Feathers, this looks pretty interesting. And then they see this mostly negative shit. Normal people who aren't tech gurus, who aren't invested into the Chinese market and who just want to play games, right? They don't know about all the shit that y'all talking about. And to tell you the truth, they don't care. They just see this mostly negative, and you know what they're thinking? This game sucks. This game is unplayable. And to tell you the truth, without the discourse being, I would say, a caveat to the conversation, it's not true. The game, to tell you the truth, is actually very fun. The game, to tell you the truth, is probably one of the flashiest Souls-likes to actually come out. It's like Black Myth Wukong mixed with Neo and Sekiro at the same time. So it's those three games. And to tell you the truth, that's a hell of a mixture though. So I'm not on here to basically, to tell people that what they're thinking is wrong. I'm on here to explain to the normal people, do not believe this mostly negative shit because it's much deeper than this. It's much deeper than just the game sucks, because it doesn't suck on the game point of view of it. But on the discourse point of it, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to explain the best way I can from a normal guy's perspective on why this game has received mostly negative, because it's not what you think. It's actually much deeper than this though. So from my point of view, from a normal person's point of view, I played probably maybe 10 hours of this game, and it's been fantastic from start to finish. So no performance issues on my end, but mind you, I got a 4090, but I do know people, because listen, I make it a point to ask people, because I know I got a beast. I ask people who have less, powerful PCs than me, how's their performance? Every single one of them said they're good. Every single one of them do. Now, granted, I'm not saying that people aren't warranted by saying that the game's performance is bad here and there. I'm not saying that. But I do know that there are Unreal Engine 5 hate boner people, which I get it because their reputation ain't good. Their optimization is not always the best. But for this game, for the majority of people I talk to, their experience is fine. This mostly negative review shit is misleading to normal people who think that from a gameplay perspective, you're critiquing it from that perspective, but it's not. I'm going to tell these people in layman's terms what's really going on, so you can make your decision from there, whether you want to purchase this game from a gameplay perspective or from a discourse perspective. That's what I'm trying to do with this video. So without further ado, let's get into this. The first reason why people are saying this game is bad is because performance, right? So let's hop into the performance point of view. I'm gonna show you guys the reviews, and then I'm gonna show you guys the technical jargon on what people are talking about when it comes to the performance. Number one, he said, I feel like it's a good game at the core with good story and characters, even gameplay to some extent of what I experienced to my patience ran out due to choppy performance. Wish it was optimized. Another unstable Unreal Engine title. Wanted to give the game a good chance. Negative ratings, concerns, massive performance issues. This is a good game. I don't think I like it very much. Okay, so that's a normal review. Okay, good. Fun game so far, but extremely awful performance. So you guys see what I'm saying? So mostly people are saying that this game sucks because of the performance, and it's mixed in with some legit, I would say, backlash when it comes to like just like an opinion, because I actually think that the game is well put together. I play every single Souls like that comes out. They all follow the same formula to a certain extent, but some of them deviate off the path to make themselves unique. This game is one of those games. That's your opinion if you don't like the level design. Cool, you're warranted. But the performance issues, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly why from that part, right? So you guys get the performance part, right? So people aren't happy with that. I'm gonna show you guys a video right quick about a guy who actually is a tech guru. I'm not a tech guru, so I'm gonna let you hear from his mouth on why he thinks that or why people think that the performance is a little bit shit, right? So let me show you.
Looks good so far. Not atrocious or anything. The one thing that I have to stress, no, frame gen is not on. Frame gen is not on. It causes screen tearing with my capture card and stuff, so we don't use that when we test games. It's also, I feel like it's cheating most of the time, so I just don't do that. One thing that's important to stress though is that I'm running this on a 4090 and we're still using DLSS set to quality. We're rendering at 69% of the normal full resolution of 4K. And
I take it that's bad, right? When it comes to tech jargon and shit, so that's bad. But most people, if you're paying attention to the frame rate that it has right now, most people from the naked eye who don't know about tech jargon, when you're experiencing the game that's running at, I would say 70 to 60 frames per second, normal people aren't going to fucking care. They're going to think it works good. But for tech people who are actually, who buy the best of the best devices and shit, right? They're going to notice this shit. And they're going to be like, okay, it's running at 60%. That's not good. So from a tech perspective, I can see people saying that though. But the thing is though, from a normal person perspective who is running a game at 60 frames per second or 70 frames per second, they are not going to care just as long as their experience is smooth. Consoles can't even reach 70 to 80 frames per second. It's not happening. But with a PC, when you have a 4090 or a 4070, I seen people with 4070s run this shit with 70 frames per second to 80, and they still had no issues. So for the normal person perspective, when they play this game, they're not going to correlate that. They're not going to correlate the shittiness of what he's talking about to this mostly negative review right here. They're not going to do that. They're not going to see this number. They're not going to see this review and understand it because they're not tech people. They're video game enjoyers, right? So video game enjoyers are going to play this game, go back and see this shit and being like, my shit was kind of smooth because in layman's terms, right? 70 frames is pretty good. Quite frankly, it's way better than anything you could get on console. So my point is this, right? Normal people are going to see this and be deceived and just automatically think, oh, this game is unplayable, garbage, shitty trash. And it's not, because I'm playing it right now. I do have a 4090, but yeah, it is running at, I would say my frame rate has been dropping from like 90 to like 80, something like that, within that range, right? Still pretty good. I still love it though. I'm not being deterred by it. I'm not like, oh my God, I can't enjoy this because it's like 80 frames per second. I'm still blasting consoles out the water. So this is what I'm talking about. Normal people, pay attention. I'm basically trying to make y'all understand why this is looking the way it is though. This shit right here, this tech jargon, I get it. I get it. For people who are tech gurus, they need to have disclaimers. This is their, I would say, toleration point, right? Their tolerance level is, since I got a 4090, I want to run this shit on 120 frames per second, no less, no boundaries. I don't want this shit running at 69%. I want this shit running at higher percentages. Normal people don't give a fuck about that. So I want y'all to do disclaimers to be like, okay, listen, this is the reason why I don't like it, but the game is still good. Normal people are not going to care.
Even then, we're still in like the 70s, 60s, 70s. Yes, so this is pretty much cranked up to the max. So everything is on like high or extreme or everything, which you would expect for like top of the line GPU to be able to manage that.
Thanks.
Unlock the door. I want to see if it changes once we open the doors.
Oh,
to,
it
like,
is. It's going to go down to 50.
Environment.
I went down to 60.
Yeah, a little bit. Now we're down there. Awaken the powers of the shrine. Let's do it. Okay. Ooh.
You guys got to realize too, man, like most normal people are not going to experience above 60 frames per second in any video game in their life. They're not going to do it because most people who buy PCs are gamers, right? Like they're people who thoroughly enjoy video games to the highest quality. That's why they want to play at the highest quality, right? So we're the only ones that's going to bitch about these frames per second, but the normal people who are playing it on consoles with 60 frames, probably 50 frames per second, right? That's good to them and that's perfect for them. But for PC players like me, like him, like people who got the top of the line PCs and shit, right? We're going to notice these things, but it's still not a game break. It's not a deal breaker for me though. Yes, the people could optimize their game a little bit, better to where like it could run better for people like us. But for normal people, they are not going to give a shit about what we bitch about because we already have the top of the line shit. They don't. So these people on consoles, man, like they playing this game and not even seeing the issue. But when they go on Steam and they see mostly negative, they're going to be like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? There's going to be a dilemma here. Yeah, so you see what people saying down here. Why does it feel like 30 FPS? This is a privileged thought process point of view. Because if it feels like 30 FPS for you, that means you're used to 90, 100 frames or above. which is a privilege. But most people, most normal people who will play a game that says 60 frames or higher, it's like they're seeing spaceships. It's like they're seeing like something that's from like another dimension or something like that. Especially people who never experienced a PC at a highest performance before. They don't know what you're talking about. People who say like, oh man, this feels like 30 frames. This is crazy and shit. It doesn't. You're privileged. You're privileged to even think like that. Normal people do not think like you. They're not. Quite frankly, they're never probably going to think like you because they're never going to have the devices that you have. That 60 that they get on the PS5 and the new Xbox, bro, they like, thank you. This is beautiful. That's what they're seeing. That's one aspect of it, right? I want to show you guys another aspect when it comes to the Chinese people, because this is a Chinese game, right? I'm gonna tell you guys about the Chinese perspective, but before I do that, right, I want to show you I got something right quick. There was recently a review that came out that blew up the internet by storm, and this is before the game even came out. He still gave it a 9.7%, which is extremely fucking high, right? But he just had to put Gunnar approved down at the bottom. So I know a lot of people think that the game is overwhelmingly negative because of games journalists and shit. That's not the culprit this time. It's not. It could be some, but it's not the culprit to where mostly negative is caused by them. The quote unquote anti-Gunnar crowd, they don't have as much power as they think it is, right? So if it was just that, this game will be sitting on positive. It's not the anti-Gunnar people that's causing this shit to be like this. It is from Chinese people, and it's from tech gurus who want their tech machines to be the top of the line. And I get that too, right? But normal people don't think like that. So I'm gonna touch on the Chinese part to let you guys know exactly what's going on, right? Because most people don't even know the controversy when it comes to what Chinese people actually thinking about this game. I think this person explains it pretty good, right? We're gonna read this right quick. I want you guys to see exactly what these people are talking about. So this is the gist of the story, right? About 6 months ago, the game was heavily promoted and hyped up alongside Black Myth Wukong. You guys remember that? Which significantly raised public expectations. Then through controlled influencer reviews, inflated scores, and lottery/discount-based campaigns, the game sold a large number of CD keys without offering a playable demo. I think they actually made a mistake by not offering a playable demo. They should have did that though. Any new game, any new franchise game that comes out that's from a new studio or has a new new IP, demos are basically warranted. You have to do that. You have to do that because they don't trust the market already. You have to come out with a demo though. Important to note, these CD keys are non-refundable. That's a big issue. Now, if the game had simply turned out to be of poor quality, most players would have just quietly complained about it in private, nothing too serious. He's right on this. But things escalated when 2 to 3 days before official release, pirated versions were leaked and circulating online. The game had no encryption or protection whatsoever. This is crazy. This already left many pre-ordered players frustrated. Players who got the pirated version not only got to play the game early, but also spent less money. Then came the regional pricing disaster. This is the big issue with China. And this is the reason why I think that it's sitting on mostly negative. I think that if the China part had nothing to do with it and it was just performance and the Gunnar stuff, this game would probably still be either positive or mixed. It would have been around that range. But since the Chinese part is a part of it, China don't play when it comes to them protesting something. This game is sitting on mostly negative strictly because of this. Normal people who think that this game is good, who just playing this game from a gameplay perspective, you don't know nothing about the discourse. This is the number one reason why this game is sitting on mostly negative. China's price seemed to be the highest globally, not due to discounts in other regions, but because the original pricing in China was way higher to begin with. That's a problem. You see what we do with Nintendo, right? When it comes to Nintendo hiking up their prices for $80 games and we have a no tolerance for that, China's dealing with that. So I understand it. These devs later claimed this was due to a back-end input error. That's bullshit. And have since adjusted it. Because of this, no, they thought they could get away with it. But because of this, the price in many other regions ended up being even lower than the discounted pre-order price. This understandably left many Chinese players feeling scammed and disrespected. I completely understand. I do. I completely understand their point of view. And it's a shame because the game is good. But because of the discourse behind this game, Chinese players have a right to protest against this and to be like, nope, we're not going to do this because we do feel like we got scammed. Y'all have a right to feel that way. Just like how we have a right to feel that way when people do some bullshit with our stuff in our industry. Y'all have a right. It's unfortunate that it caused overly negative reviews for a game that's actually pretty good. And then they say, and finally, the game's optimization and overall quality, because there was no demo and all pre-release access was tightly controlled. Every influencer, media outlet, and review site within China gave the game glowing scores 9 out of 10 across the board with no mention of optimization issues. See, that's actually fucking disingenuous. If the game has performance issues, you need to tell people if it does. If it does have performance issues where it's that bad. If it's that bad, you have to tell people, otherwise it's disingenuous. And to tell you the truth, I think that people would have overlooked the performance issues if the Chinese aspect part of it, when it comes to the feeling like they've been scammed, wasn't in play. I believe that if that part wasn't in play, people would have said, yeah, this game kind of needs work on the performance part, but it's still good. It's pretty good. But because of this bullshit right here, this is the reason why. See, negative shit comes, listen, when negative shit comes in twos, the third thing that comes is going to seem way worse. You're going to pay attention to everything. That's just the way of the world. So yeah, input lag, animation quality is flawless for me. What are they talking about? Or mechanical flaws. But yeah, but these are scorned people. They're scorned. That's the reason why. So when regular players finally got their hands on the game, the experience was jarring, bad, and felt deeply misleading. I don't think that's the case though. Leading to the public backlash we're seeing now. And to tell you the truth, I don't agree with this bottom statement because I don't believe that normal people even know or even give a shit about any of these issues up here. I don't. It's people like me who do research on the industry and people who are tech people from China. We care about these issues, but normal people who just playing games, who's like, oh, this shit look kind of good. I want to try it out. And then they try it out. I guarantee you they're not saying nothing about this. You know what they're doing right now? They're playing it. They're playing it. This is what they're doing right now. And this is on PC, the platform that they said was poorly optimized, right? Mind you, this game is on Game Pass where people can play it for free and they're still choosing to buy it on PC. So this should just let you know something isn't adding up here. So this is what my job is for. My job is to let you guys know the discourse behind the scenes and let you guys make your own choice. Because I know what normies care about at the end of the day. Y'all care about gameplay, story, the sexy female protagonist, and yeah, gameplay. And if those 4 things hit, this is the price of admission for you. You're going to get your money's worth. But if you're anybody outside of this realm of thinking, then I can see why you would do this. But for normal people, y'all still playing it, even though y'all could get it for free on Game Pass. That should just tell you something right there. This game is not shitty. This game is not bad. It is, listen, there is issues, but it's not overwhelmingly negative bad. I played games that were overwhelmingly negative, that genuinely fit the bill. This game is not even fucking close. I'm basically on here for the normal people to explain to y'all, all right? Because you got this, right? And then you got this right here. This should just tell you everything you need to know. This is Assassin's Creed Shadows. This game is not on Game Pass. This game is not on, people couldn't get this game for free, but this game is on all platforms, right? And this game couldn't even come close to Wuchang Fallen Feathers. That's on all platforms and they can get it for free and they still chose to pay for this game. This should just tell you everything you need to know. So what do you guys think in the comments? Do you guys agree with these people? Are you guys having fun with this game? Or to tell you the truth, do you agree? How many people are experiencing performance issues who own a PC? That's what I want to know. And let me know your rig in the comment section so I will have something to equate it to. Because I got my own list. I want to know yours. China, I get you. I get you. If you want to protest China, I get you. I do the same thing. I believe this game is good. And I believe most people believe that too because this number wouldn't be this number. Peace. Listen, bitch, you suck. Stop it. Get up! I got the mechanics down pat, bro. No stamina. Let's go. You ain't shit, bro. You ain't nothing. Let's go, boy. Get up. Don't get confident, bro. Get out of here, bitch. Let's go.